all we know is that after 6 a.m., we received a 911 call of a disturbance at this house, single family home. We actually came to the home, and one of our officers immediately was confronted with an individual who would not comply with any demands to stay where he was. That individual made a lunge at our officer in self-defense fired, and that's pretty much what we have. We do know that there are injuries inside the home. There are family members that were injured. There were, I believe, 3 children and 1 mother, they're all related, so it was the husband that approached our officer. Some of the kids were injured pretty bad. They do have stab-like wounds. They were transported. One of the kids was transported, one of the youngest child was transported to Yale-New Haven Hospital by Lifestar. The other family members are in various hospitals throughout the area. The individual is deceased at this point, and that's pretty much all we have right now. We are under investigation with respect to this whole thing. Any officer across the country has the daunting task of dealing with the darkest in society, and oftentimes we know that this may happen, but when you're actually confronted with it, there's not a lot of officers throughout the United States that get involved in actual shootings. Usually the confrontations are de-escalated just by either verbal or physical on hands. But whenever you involve either a weapon on one side or the other and it's discharged, it is pretty traumatic. I know this because I was involved in a shooting in my career, and I know exactly how that feeling is. You get the auditory exclusion, you get the tunnel vision, you get the time dilation where everything slows down. And so this officer, for his own safety, was actually transported to the hospital, and he was observed. But I will tell you that we do train for this, we do prepare for it, but when it happens, it's unexpected and you don't see it coming. There is no history at this home with this family. We do look into that, and we so far have found no history. But you don't have to have a history for an incident like this to happen. And I will tell you that we were caught by surprise based on the mechanism of injuries and based on the incident itself. And so these things, do happen and will happen. And this is something that we're dealing with right now.
How many years did the officer have in the job?
It wasn't a rookie officer. This officer's been on for over 10 years. So this officer is an experienced officer, and so we're taking that into consideration as well with respect to his condition. But the officer is fine, and we are doing what we have to do policy-wise. As with every officer-involved shooting, there's a lot of things that start setting in motion, including policies that we have to stick by. Working with the state's attorney's office, working with the state police, and so multiple agencies will be working together to not only reconstruct the incident, but to ensure that all proper policies and procedures were followed. And every police department has policies and procedures specifically for this reason. We do fall behind on those, and that's what we're counting on now.